Could you imagine dealing with mathematics without the knowledge of algebra? Absolutely no, right? Because algebra teaches you about the fundamentals of mathematics like positive numbers, negative numbers, and zero, and basic addition and subtraction. Chemical bonding is like algebra to chemistry. It teaches you about bonding and all the necessary fundamentals required to understand chemistry. This video and the upcoming videos are going to cover the most of the chemical bonding, and so please do subscribe this channel to watch all the videos. Not just chemical bonding, the whole of chemistry starts with three important fundamental things. They are atom, molecule, and compound. Before we understand the definition of chemical bonding, we must understand these three fundamentals clearly. So let's start with it. So what is atom? Whatever is visible for us is a matter, and this matter is made up of atoms. To be precise, matter is made up of different kinds of atoms in most of the cases. Please mark this word, different kinds of atoms. Now what exactly is the meaning for different kinds of atoms? Could you guess? We all know the formula for water, H2O, right? We can clearly see that there is hydrogen and oxygen combination gives us a matter called water. So here hydrogen has atoms and oxygen also has atoms, but we have to say that hydrogen's atoms are completely different from oxygen's atom. Now this is the meaning for element. Hydrogen element is different from oxygen element. These different elements, or in some cases similar elements, combine together to form a matter. In the case of H2O, hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms, or you can say hydrogen element and oxygen element, combining together to form water molecule, right? So if you understand what is matter, then atom is nothing but it is the smallest unit of ordinary matter that forms a chemical element. And the most important thing about atom is it contains three basic particles. They are proton, electron, and neutron. We'll talk more about it all in the coming videos. We'll take the same hydrogen element and oxygen element and see why these hydrogen atoms are different from oxygen atoms and why their properties are completely different to each other. If you observe this hydrogen atom, the diagram on the left, the center of this atom marked as small dot that's in white in color is the nucleus of this atom. It consists of one proton and neutron. The combination of proton and neutron gives us a complete nucleus. And here in this case of hydrogen, we have to keep this thing in mind that we have only one proton but we have 0 neutrons present in hydrogen. Very important. And the yellow dot on the circle, that is the 1 electron for hydrogen. So overall we can conclude that hydrogen has 1 proton, 1 electron and 0 neutrons, and the combination of proton and neutron generally means that nucleus. On the other side, if you look at the oxygen, we have several yellow dots and one dot, a white dot on the center of this oxygen atom. So that's the nucleus as we discussed. The nucleus consists of protons and neutrons. Here in case of oxygen, we have 8 protons, 8 neutrons, and the yellow dots are electrons, which are also 8 electrons. Now you can absolutely see some difference in these hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms, which is in atoms. The atomic number for hydrogen is 1 and for oxygen it is 8, and the electronic configuration, therefore it will be 1s1 for hydrogen, and for oxygen it is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p4. See, if you see oxygen 1s2, 2s2 and 2p4, 2s2 and 2p4, that is the second energy level, right? You can see the second circle of the oxygen, we have totally 1 2 3 4 5 6 electrons, 6 yellow dots. So these electrons on the outermost shell of an oxygen are called valency electrons. If you can see on hydrogen there is only one valence electron, and on the oxygen we have 6 valency electrons. So all these differences in the number of protons, number of electrons and number of neutrons makes two atoms different. So hydrogen atom is completely different from oxygen atoms, and therefore their properties varies, the state of being varies. Some can be gases, some can be in solid state, and some can be in liquid state. All these things happens because of differences in the total number of electrons, protons and neutrons. So this is the identity of an element.